What's going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. Welcome back to Rise Up Rundown, and if you're new here, welcome. So, plain and simple, guys, I'm starting to feel pretty optimistic in the Falcons defense heading into 2020. What? Don't we always say the Falcons defense is going to be good every single year? Weren't you saying in the previous videos, I'll believe it when I see it for the Falcons defense and Dan Quinn? Yeah, I get it, but I'm starting to feel pretty optimistic in it now, and I'm going to tell you why in this video. And enough talk, let's get straight into it. First off, Atlanta Falcons fans, I get it. Ever since Dan Quinn was hired to be our head coach since 2015, we've been saying every single year that our defense is going to be really, really good, and so far, we just have never seen the defense reach its potential. In fact, I'm pretty sure I made a video last year that the Falcons will have a top 5 defense in 2019. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a bottom 5 defense in 2019. But I feel like 2020 could be very different, and I do have reasons why. The first reason is Dan Quinn is no longer the defensive coordinator. Yeah, my brother was kind of making fun of me last year how in almost every video it was a situation of nobody, Rise Up Rundown. Dan Quinn was the coach for the Legion of Boom defense, and he's going to make our defense really, really good. Yeah, that was not going to work out. You would think it would, but no. Dan Quinn was an absolute disaster as defensive coordinator last year. So after the bye week, midway through the season, we decided to have Raheem Morris and Jeff Ulbrich kind of share play calls for the defense, and that ended up being pretty successful. Let me just read off a couple stats when Dan Quinn was not the defensive coordinator. Last year, over the last 7 games, the Falcons defense has only allowed an average of 18.1 points per game, which is the 7th best in the league. The Falcons have forced 13 turnovers in the last 7 games, or 1.85 per game. The 49ers rank 5th heading into Week 17 with 1.80 per game. On third downs, the Falcons have gone from the league's worst unit to number 1, allowing just 27%. The Falcons' red zone touchdown percentage is 42%, second best in the league. The Falcons' defense has tallied 20 sacks in the last 7 games, or 2.85 per game. And Beasley, who had just 1.5 sacks before the bye, is now just 2 shy of 10 sacks for the year. The Buffalo Bills rank 10th in the league heading into Week 17 with 2.80 per game. Yeah, that's what happened when Dan Quinn was not the defensive coordinator and we had Jeff Ulbrich and Raheem Morris share the play calling. Well, now Raheem Morris is going to step up completely as defensive coordinator. Reading all of those stats, I think I don't need to speak more on that. Raheem Morris is going to be a bigger improvement than Dan Quinn. The next reason on why our defense will be a top 10 unit is I feel like finally we have a good pass rush. We have Grady Jarrett, who I'm very high on, and then we have Dante Fowler. I think every Falcons fan is high on him. And then we got Marlon Davidson, an absolute freak of nature. He plays like he's the Incredible Hulk on the football field. He's just a nasty, mean, big guy, and it's going to be hard to stop him. And I have a bold prediction that he's going to start over Takk McKinley in the season because I just think he's that good. And even Tyler Davison is a pretty good addition. And everyone knows what happens when we have an elite pass rush. Or I don't know, but I don't know if we're going to have an elite pass rush, but I do think we're going to have a good one. If you have a good pass rush, the rest of the defense could play really, really well, especially for the secondary, because you're just kind of like forcing the quarterback to throw a turnover or whatever. So, and like I've been saying in the previous videos, this is kind of a nobody rise up rundown. An elite pass rush can totally change the game, but it's true. I feel like the Falcons finally do have, I don't know about an elite pass rush, but they do have a good one. But let's just hope it ends up being elite because, I mean, that'll be fun to watch. The next reason is linebackers have improved. Deion Jones is a stud, and we literally just added Deon Buchanan. And I made a video about him. Go ahead and check that out. But he's an absolute stud. He's very self-aware. He's a good tackler. I think he's just a good addition for the Atlanta Falcons. And I'm also pretty high on Foye Oluokun, but I think the linebackers have improved. And we were kind of having question marks on that heading into the draft, but I think already it's fixed. And the next reason is there's something to fight for. This is definitely a do-or-die season for the Falcons. If they do not get things figured out this year, it's total rebuild mode. So obviously, Dan Quinn and the defense, they're going to want to prove it. They're going to want to say, no, this is finally it. They kind of showed it last year. Like, when Dan Quinn was about to be fired, the defense played to keep him on the team. And so now they're just trying to prove that Dan Quinn should still be the head coach for the Falcons and that the defense will be good under, Dan Quinn as the head coach. There's just a lot to fight for. All of the players are trying to get contract extensions. All of the players are trying to prove, that they are still the Super Bowl team. This is just a season where it's do or die. There's a lot to fight for. And when there's a lot to fight for, you can safely say that they're going to play a lot better than they did in the previous seasons. And the last reason, fingers crossed, Keion ONeill is back. Now, if Keion ONeill seriously does go injured for a third year in a row, then I'm willing to say we need to cut him. But I don't think that's going to happen. I do think Keion ONeill is going to be back and ready to go. When he was on the field last time healthy, our defense was pretty good. So we do need Keion ONeill. I feel like he brings in a good presence, and everyone is scared of him. And if you have a player that everyone is scared of course, our defense can play a lot better. So fingers crossed, but Keion ONeill should be back. And those are really the reasons on why I think the Falcons will have a top 10 defense in 2020. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Other than that, I will see you guys this Sunday at 6 o'clock, live streaming for an hour. And just go ahead and chat with your boy, and let's talk Falcons football. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Love and appreciate you all, and as always, rise up.